Yes, Trinity cracked the IRSD base. What that means is that the Egyptian Ra character, I have all this in the message that would go out to the native girl, is that the Egyptian Ra is the Ben V character. It's documented, it's fact, and um, whenever the baseball bat was retrieved from the garage and used against the JWW character, then that was a perfect Kane Kane seal that happened and was the takeaway of the sellout knee for the um, GI Han knee. Okay, and um, the listening to Delina Denny in the car on the way back from Toys R Us. Now, I can't remember any of this at all. I don't have any memory of Ben V or the 180 in my past at all. They were both invisible. I could not see them. And but what I have gathered from this information, even with driving when I shouldn't have to at this point, but I have the past month at some points to get these downloads, and that the RIP that Nicki Minaj says in her newest song is that you do the K of the more in your sleep. You do it as you're getting things done for the Lord, and being um, caring and loving and showing the fruits of the Spirit with others than just focusing on the more itself. You have to be able to multitask and do other things at the same time. And that is what I was doing in the Bonneville. And I don't have any memory of this, but I know that that's what I would have done because that's who I am. I don't just focus on one thing, getting the more Cade. If Israel were my only scrolls, the destruction of Israel, then that would make sense. But I have many other scrolls and more fruit to give than just the destruction of Israel, which is nowhere in my scrolls. You can check. I don't have anything on the destruction of Israel in my scrolls at all. Not one single mention of it. Now Jesus mentions it in Luke and Matthew, and that's Jesus's writings. I don't touch that stuff. Um, you know, the only thing that I have coerced into my writings is the Revelation 9, the locusts, which are with the Word of God and would be driving sharks as the locust to judge the earth, and that people would be stabbed by the teeth of the sharks, and that would be the stinging of the scorpions, and that they would desire to die, meaning that they would have a heal factor like Wolverine and could not die. And that would be the stinging of the scorpions. These sharks would fly. The whole earth would either be flooded, as in there's no more seal of the rainbow in the cloud, and it would be flooded, or they would fly. They would not need wings. They would just fly, levitate, like they're in the water, but they're not. And that they would go into homes, they would go in to shopping centers, fast food, wherever, and attack people. Sharks would. That is the vision that I had, and that would be the locust, the stinging would be that they are biting people, and that everyone has a heal factor, and um, you would just see sharks, in here, for example, a shark would just, levitate right over to this table here. And while I'm smoking my cigar, then it would bite my face or bite my stomach or, take off an arm or something. And then I would have to keep going. I would have to keep doing things.